Okay, I'd like to welcome you to the December 11, 2024 regular board meeting of the Chino Valley Fire District Board of Directors. The time is 6 p.m. We will now begin the meeting and take roll. Director Tom Howie.
Here.
Director Harvey Luth.
Here.
Director Andrew Romaine.
Present.
Vice President Mike Krieger.
Here.
And myself present. Legal counsel, can you please report out of closed session?
Thank you, Board President. For the closed session item that was read into the record this evening, there is no reportable action.
Thank you so much. Next, we have the flag salute, and we have our outgoing President Harvey Luth that will be leading us in the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And if everyone can please remain standing, we have Chaplain Marco Miranda who will be joining us to present the invocation.
Thank you. Well, first of all, I'd like to welcome, got a full house tonight. I guess we have some service awards and some retiree recognition. We welcome you individually and all your family. Board, let's pray. Father God, we do thank you for your grace, your mercy, the great love that you have shown us, Lord. We welcome you here, invite you here by your Spirit, Lord, to lead and guide the board. Give them wisdom to make good choices that would honor and please you as they serve the public, Father God. And I want to lift up all first responders in the Chino Valley District, fire, paramedics, and police. And I pray that you get them home safely tonight. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Miranda. Clerk of the board, do we have any changes to the agenda?
We have no changes to the agenda. Welcome, everyone. Tonight, the first item on our agenda is presentations and announcements. And we will begin with the November 5, 2024 General District election and ceremonials associated with the election. And President Ramos Evinger will be leading us in those presentations. And the first honoree that we would like to recognize is Director Andrew Romaine. Please come forward, Director Romaine.
In the middle?
Right there.
Right about here? All right.
That's great. So, okay, Andrew has lived in Chino Hills since 1999 with his wife of 32 years, Jackie. He has two daughters, Colby, who is an OR nurse at Providence St. Jude in Fullerton, and Sydney, who is in her final year of law school. Andrew grew up in La Habra and graduated from Fullerton College. He started his public service career in 1990 with the city of La Habra and concurrently served as a firefighter for the city of La Habra Heights starting in 1992. In 2001, was hired with the city of Burbank as a firefighter, where he retired in 2022 after 32 years of public service. Andrew is a California State Fire Marshal, Certified Firefighter 1, Firefighter 2, Apparatus Driver Operator, Company Officer, Hazardous Material Technician, Hazardous Material Specialist, and Emergency Vehicle 1 and 2. That was a lot.
Try to build it up.
He has coached a local girls softball team and assisted with coaching and refereeing for AYSO soccer. In his spare time, Andy enjoys hiking, camping, mountain biking, and woodworking, as well as spending time with his family. Congratulations on your election to office, and welcome you to the Chino Valley Fire District.
Thank you very much.
And now we would like to invite up the Honorable Judge Lisa M. Rogan, and she is the presiding judge of the Superior Court of California.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You would raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Andrew Romaine,
I, Andrew Romaine,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
that I will well and faithfully
that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Andrew, I would like to present you with your certificate of election, and congratulations again. Look forward to working with you.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Would you like to say a few words?
Sure, yeah, I better say a few words. You saw I had 30 minutes, so. No, it's, undertaking, running for public office is not something you do alone. So I have some people I want to thank. And first and foremost is my family. My wife, Jackie, who's here, she agreed to this, I think, and supported me the whole way, even, when it was stressful and stuff. So thank you very much, hon, I love you. Both of my daughters, Colby and Sydney, they dressed me appropriately for pictures. They helped me go out and do the things I need to do, help me, all the little stuff, signs and everything. So I appreciate that. My mom and dad are both here, Larry and Carolyn. My father started in the fire service in 1964, so this has been a long family tradition, like a Hank Williams song. But he was my first supporter. They both were, and it kind of kicked this thing off, and I appreciate it. So thank you much for being here. Second, I would be remiss without thanking the men and women of Chino Professional Firefighters, and also the men and women of the Teamsters. You guys, when I decided to come on and try to continue serving the community, it's good knowing that I was able to tackle that with the support of the men and women who are out there meeting with the public and delivering the product that this district is providing. So I really appreciate that. Staff and everybody that's helped on the onboarding, this has been a wild week, as you guys know. So thank you so much for that. It's been very appreciative. And lastly, for anybody here is from the community or that's watching, thank you to the citizens for having the trust and the faith in electing me, and I promise to do my best.
And we would like to invite the family to come forward for a group photo, please.
Guess I can put my arm around you. Squirt chin. Gotta get us over. It's really quiet in here. All right, thank you.
Next, we invite up Director Harvey Luth.
Director Harvey Luth resides in the city of Chino with his wife Stephanie. They have 2 grown children, Candace and Brandon. Harvey has been active in many community groups and civic functions. He is past Community Service Commissioner and past Planning Commissioner for the city of Chino. He also served City of Chino in various committees. Harvey is involved in Kiwanis and is past president of the Chino Club. He also served on the YMCA board and Chiefs, Citizens Helping in Educational Fire Safety Board, and currently serves as a board member for 3 Leaf Thrift based in Chino. In his personal time, Harvey attends Cross Point Church where he serves as a deacon. He likes to golf, work in his yard, spend time with his grandsons, Carter and Henry. Congratulations, Harvey, on your re-election.
We invite Judge Rogan forward to administer the oath of office.
You would raise your right hand, repeat after me. I, Harvey Luth,
I, Harvey Luth,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United
the
States
Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and
that
allegiance
I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
on which I am about to enter.
on which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations, sir.
And Harvey, I would like to present you with your certificate of appointment in lieu of election. So Harvey ran unopposed, so congratulations, look forward to working with you. And then, we'd like to, oh, yours. Pardon?
Say a few words.
Oh, Harvey, you want to say a few words? I'm jumping ahead.
Sure. Yeah, what a blessing it is not to have to actually campaign or run a campaign. It's very important. It's a lot less stressful. It's just a thrill, it's an honor, it's a privilege to be a part of this organization. This is a wonderful organization full of great people doing great work in the community, and to be in this position is just amazing. To see the work, the effort this morning, Make a Child Smile. What a huge undertaking that is, and it's so well done. 23 years this has been going on in this community because of the efforts of our firefighter union. And so this is a group that gives back to the community, it supports the community, and so to be a part of it is just a thrill. I do have to thank staff and my kids and grandkids for, allowing me this opportunity to serve. I do get involved in a number of things over the years, and I've always had their support, and that makes a huge difference. So I just look forward to serving this organization to my best ability in the 4 years ahead, so thank you.
And we want to invite up the family for a group photo, please. And Director Luth, we'd like to recognize you as outgoing president.
Okay. The Chino Valley Fire District has a history of outstanding board presidents. The president serves as the leader who guides the board's vision and sets the tone for collaboration and decision-making. They foster unity among board members, encouraging open dialogue and consensus to address district policies. The president ensures the board remains focused on the district's mission. Tonight, we recognize Director Harvey Luth, a leader who served on our board president from December 2023 to November 2024. I personally want to thank Harvey for his service and commitment to the mission of the fire district to safeguard our community and for providing exceptional service. It has been my honor and pleasure to serve as your vice president, Mr. Harvey. Thank you so much.
We have a plaque for you.
Yeah, and then I have a plaque, and I don't know if you wanted to say anything, but Harvey, again, we appreciate all your service, and here's just to recognize you for last year of putting up with all of us.
It's a rough job, yeah.
Next, we are going to recognize our honorary president, Ramos Evinger, on her re-election to office.
I was done with this. All right. As outgoing president, it is my pleasure to introduce our new president and re-elected member of the Board of Directors, Sarah Ramos Evinger. Sarah is a resident of Chino Hills and has served on the Chino Valley Fire District Board of Directors since 2009. Prior to joining the Board of Directors, Sarah served for over 8 years as a board member of the Chino Valley Fire Foundation and volunteered for many other fire district programs such as the Spark of Love Toy Drive and the Make a Child Smile program. In 2005, Sarah received the prestigious Fred L. Burns Community Service Award for her commitment to fire and life safety education. Sarah is actively involved in the community and represents the district on various committees and associations such as the Chino Valley Mayor's Prayer Breakfast Committee. Sarah is also a member of the Rancho del Chino Rotary Club and is representing the fire district on the Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce Leadership Club. Sarah attends and serves at Calvary Chapel, Chino Hills. She loves spending time with her family, but she especially loves her time with her grandchildren, Mikey, Lila, and Bradley. Thank you, Sarah, for your dedication and service to our community, and congratulations on your re-election.
Okay, we invite up Judge Brogan to administer the oath of office.
And my daughter is coming. Thank you.
Raise your right hand, repeat after me. I, Sarah Ramos Evinger,
I, Sarah Ramos Evinger,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United
the
States
Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I'm about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter. So help me God.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. Harvey, are you gonna, we want Harvey in, right?
I'd like to present you with your certificate of appointment in lieu of election. You also ran unopposed, and again, what a blessing that is. So congratulations on your election, and if you'd like to.
Thank you. Of course, you guys know I'm always with many words. I just want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for my appointment to this position. It has been an absolute blessing to me. I also want to thank my family because I've been I've been doing this for 15 years. My children were a little younger at the time, and I know there's been a lot of events and different stuff I have missed because of my obligations, as with others, here. And I just love you guys. I thank everyone, my boss, for allowing me the opportunity to leave work to come serve our community. Thank you so much, because I know it can be during our office a little disruptive at time, but I appreciate that. And just everyone who supports me. I see you back there, my dear outlaw. Thank you so much, Jilly, for coming, and Bobby and Brenda. But thank you guys. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to serving this community. And I'm so grateful for them entrusting me, my constituents, again, to serve them. So thank you.
Can we invite up the family to please come forward for a photo?
Where's little bird? Huh? He's grabbing her. They're getting her? Okay. Where's the child? Hi, Becky. Hi, darling. Hi.
Go.
Hi,
There we go.
beautiful. Hi, beautiful.
Mikey, look at the camera and say cheese.
Say cheese,
Mikey, say cheese.
Honey.
Mikey, say cheese.
Okay, thank
job.
you. Thank you.
Mama.
Judge Rogan, if you would please step forward, we have something we would like to present to you.
We just want to thank you again. We know it's a busy time of year, and you bless us with your presence in administering the oath to our three, and thank you so much. And we really appreciate it. We hope to see you back in maybe 2 years when we have our next swearing in, so thank you so much.
The pleasure is all mine.
Thank you.
Honor.
The next item on our agenda is recognition of outgoing director, John DeMonico.
Although John could not be here with us tonight, we want to recognize him for his service. John was first elected to the Chino Valley Fire Board of Directors in 2006 and re-elected for consecutive terms, serving through November 2024. John is a military veteran who devoted his career to the fire service before transitioning to elected office. There are many notable accomplishments during John's tenure with the fire districts, such as Chino Valley Fire District was one of the first districts in California to be awarded the Transparency Certificate of Excellence and District of Distinction by the Special District Leadership Commitment, recognizing the district's commitment to good governance and sound operations. And John really pushed for us to be a part of CSUA. John represented the district on the Con Fire Board of Directors for many years and was dedicated to furthering Con Fire's mission and provide regional fire rescue and EMS communications, resource coordination, and technology service to enable allied agencies to meet the safety and welfare of all those in need. John played a pivotal role in acquiring the property for laying out the groundwork for the development of a new fire station and essential resource facility in Chino Hills, and you know that, Art. John also received certificates of appreciations from dignitaries in honor of his service and commitment. John received certificates from U.S. Representative Young Kim, State Senator Kelly Sayarto, State Senator Susan Rubio, State Assembly Member Philip Chen, County Supervisor Kurt Hagman, the City of Chino Council and City of Chino Hills City Council, Inland Empire Utilities Agency Board of Directors, and the California Special Districts Association. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to John for his dedicated service and contributions to the fire district, and for his bravery and sacrifice in the line of duty and in service to our nation. We wish John and his wife, Joanne, continued wellness and happiness.
Now, next, we would like to invite up all of the board members to the front for a group picture.
That's okay, that's okay. Yep. Okay. Thank you, gentlemen.
The next item on our agenda is Employee Service Awards for 5 years of service. Deputy Chief Nathan Cook was unable to attend tonight's meeting. Although he could not be here with us tonight, we want to recognize him.
Okay. Nathan and his wife Rachel reside in Rancho Cucamonga with their 4 children, Blake, Kyler, Landon, and Brindley. Nathan attended Crafton College for his fire service and paramedic certification and received his master's degree in public administration from Columbia Southern University. Nathan began his fire service career as an explorer in 1992 with Rialto Fire Department. He served as a paid call firefighter with CDF, as a limited-term firefighter with San Bernardino County Fire, and then hired as a paramedic firefighter with San Bernardino City Fire, and moved up the ladder to the rank of battalion chief. Nathan was hired at El Segundo Fire Department as a lateral battalion chief, and left El Segundo Fire Department to become the fire chief for Redlands Fire Department. Nathan has a wealth of experience such as California State Fire Marshal, Executive Fire Officer certification. His credentialed as a Chief Fire Officer through the Center for Public Safety Excellence, and is currently Acting Director of ComFire. Congratulations on your 5 years of service.
So for those of you that don't know Nathan, Nathan is one of our deputy chiefs. He's a man of many, many talents. So we are connected to ConFire, which is our dispatch center, and with many transitions that have occurred, we had the opportunity to allow Nathan to go over there to serve us in that capacity. He's doing an exceptional job. And in my last 15 years with this jurisdiction, I can't think of anybody that's done a better job than Nathan. He's very capable, and he looks after our affairs as the Chino Valley Fire Comm Center, ConFire, and he also is just high-level aptitude to really deal with all the business part of it through the county. So we're very thankful of Nathan's willingness to be over there, and we want to congratulate him on his 5 years.
The next item on the agenda is the retirement recognitions, and we invite Captain Rich Crampton to please come forward.
Captain Rich Crampton was hired as a firefighter by the Fire District in June of 1994. Rich and his wife Stacy reside in the city of Rancho Cucamonga and have 2 adult children, Cassidy and Connor. His daughter Cassidy is a federal employee in Washington, D.C., while his son Connor is a LA City firefighter. Rich is a 1985 graduate from Chaffee High School. He attended Mount San Antonio College, attending his paramedic training in 1989 and Fire Academy in 1991. Rich first began his career with CVFD in January of 1992 as a reserve firefighter. In June of 1994, Rich was hired at the Fire District here as a firefighter. In September of 1994, Rich was promoted as a firefighter paramedic and then promoted to engineer in 2008 and finally captain in 2011. Rich is a district specialty team member serving in both the USAR and HAZMAT team. Rich served as an EMS Q1 coordinator for 7 years to improve the district's paramedic skills and is currently a certified paramedic and has maintained that license for over 35 years. Rich is a hazardous specialist, material specialist, and a state-certified fire officer, a rescue systems instructor, and a FEMA structural collapse technician. He served as the West End Hazmat Training Coordinator for 14 years, overseeing training and skills for the West End JPA 120 Hazmat Specialist. Rich served as PPE coordinator for 11 years. During his tenure, he helped to move the momentum towards single layering of wildland PPE, which resulted in a nationwide change to NFPA in 1977, keeping our members safer in wildland incidents. He developed and implemented the fire district's first structural and wildland risk assessment. Rich has served as the fire district museum coordinator for 18 years, developing museum policies as well as maintaining historical items at each fire facility. In his free time, Rich enjoys working on his home and cars, and most importantly, spending time with his family and friends. Rich is currently assigned to Truck 61, a position he held for 11 years. Congratulations on your retirement, Rich.
So one of the really, these are really bittersweet for us at our management, because we have somebody that has served for so long with so much history and so much background that is leaving the organization. So when that happens, those are really hard things to fulfill. So with that being said, I got a couple more words to say, but Rich, I want to, one of our traditions is to honor our outgoing members with their retirement badge. So first and foremost, Dad, thank you. I have a beautiful plaque for you. And I think talking about Rich and his museum is an understatement. So many times we come to work, we know that we have a job to do, and it's go out and serve the community. But it's those extra things that we do that make a member a super quality member. And for Rich, I think one of the most important things you can have about an organization is your history. And without Rich's efforts in helping us gather much of our history well before I got here, well before he got here, and he's been here twice as long as me, really helps us to understand where we came from and where we want to go. Without you, Rich, we wouldn't have that stuff today. We wouldn't be able to not just look at it, but we wouldn't have a better understanding of ourselves and where we want to go. So for that, I'm super, super grateful. I'm happy for you to be entering to the next phase of your life, but we're going to miss you, and we appreciate everything you did. Thank you, Chief. I'm gonna let Rich say a few words if you'd like to.
Oh, sure, it's really short and sweet, just thank you to my family for allowing me to come and do this for the last 30 years. It's been an awesome ride. Thank you to the district for allowing me the opportunities that you've given me over the years. History is important, as you said, and I love it, and hopefully I haven't bored many of you to tears with some of my stories about the history of the district, but hopefully those stories will continue. And finally, to the men and women that I worked with for all these years, thank you for all the support, all the fun times, all the laughter, all the hard times, all the stresses, but I'm taking them all away with me. But I still know what you're going through every day. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Finally, someone I can stand eye to eye with. It's probably just him shrinking. It's not really me getting any taller, but. Are we doing photos at the end for family, or is that what we're doing at the end? Okay, great. Perfect. Thank you. Thanks, Rich.
Next, we invite up Captain Steve Tevis. Please come forward.
Okay. Captain Steve Tevis began his career as a reserve firefighter in 1991 at the Chino Valley Fire District. He was hired full-time as a firefighter by Chino Valley Fire District in June 1994. Steve and his wife Dana have been married for 33 years and have 2 children, Cole and Owen. They reside in the city of New Brunsville in the state of Texas. Did I pronunciate that?
Close enough.
Close enough. Steve attended Mount San Antonio College and completed his fire science and paramedic studies in 1999. He was promoted to captain in 2012, is a hazmat specialist and a member of the hazmat team. In February 2014, Steve was diagnosed with kidney disease, but thankfully Dana's cousin Katie donated her kidney to Steve in 2016. In his free time, Steve enjoys spending time with his family, fishing, camping, and at the beach. Steve's assigned to Station 63, C Shift. We want to thank you and congratulate you on your service.
So again, I don't need to repeat it, the tradition, very special. Steve, congratulations, appreciate it. Plaque.
Thank you.
And so, as you're aware, Steve is one of our hazmat folks, and that's again, taking on a whole nother task of what we do. We talked a little bit about what Rich did tonight. He had some value in understanding our history. And when you look at individuals that are leaving with this amount of time, you have to really take a step back and try to understand the value. So in the fire service, we have a pretty unique culture. And one of the things Steve is leaving us with that we probably don't focus it on the job is his sense of humor and who Steve was and what he brought into the firehouse. So Steve, we're gonna miss who you are as a person. I'm personally gonna miss the personal conversations. You could always talk to Steve and you'd get his opinion on something, and he'd share it openly. That's not bad, that's a good thing. Some people, you talk to them and they won't say anything, so it's a really good thing. So for those of you that are challenged with having a thought or an opinion, Steve had many of them. So I would encourage you to follow his steps in that way. Be encouraged to say what's on your mind. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, Steve. We're gonna miss you. We're gonna miss your playfulness around the fire station, and sorry that you had to go through all your stuff, but we're gonna wish you well in your retirement.
Thank you very much.
Should we picture or say a few words?
Oh, yeah, sorry, Steve. Yeah,
I'm not a big speaker, but as Rich said,
come on now.
Definitely have to thank our family. We all know that work here, that work in the fire service knows what it takes to have a strong person at home to take care of the things, because anytime something's going bad, it's when you're at work. And I have to thank my wife for that. She went through lots of the last 30 years of different things going on. And I also have to thank everybody in this room that I've worked with. It's been an honor to work with you, all of you. It's been an honor just to be friends with you and have conversations. Thanks to everybody at administration. Thank you to the board. It's been a great ride for the last 30 years, and I look forward to retirement. Thank you.
And if we could please have Captain Rich Crampton come forward for a group photo.
Yes. Oh, you guys want me in the middle? Okay. It's a chief sandwich that we're doing here? I won't tell you what he said. You want to tell you about the antics? I'm gonna miss him.
At this time, we're going to take a break. We want to thank everyone for attending the ceremonial. This is your time to leave if you do want to leave, if you don't want to stay for the rest of the board meeting. Thank you again, and Merry Christmas.
Welcome back. The next item on the agenda is public hearing.
Okay. The public hearing for properties declared for weed abatement is now open.
The purpose of this item is for the public to comment on the declaring and noticing of property owners for weed abatement. The report tonight is by Fire Marshal Danielle O'Toole.
Good evening, President Ramos-Evinger, members of the board. Resolution 2024-06, which was adopted back in April of this year, continues to allow us the noticing of property owners in violation of our vegetation management ordinance. During our fall reinspection, several properties were found to be in violation and subsequently have been sent a notice to destroy weeds, allowing them abatement today. Re-inspections shall begin tomorrow, and those property owners still found in violation are subject to an administrative citation and further action by our office. In accordance with our resolution, we are to hold a public hearing allowing property owners to address the board on this matter. It is recommended that the Board of Directors review public comment on the declaring and noticing of property owners for weed abatement and subsequent actions and charges, as well as make any rulings on any and all objections raised regarding the proposed removal of weeds and said charges.
Okay, thank you very much. Do we have any requests to speak?
We have no written request to speak on this item. Is there anyone present tonight who would like to address the board? Seeing none.
Okay, the public hearing is now closed. This is the time for the board to comment. Please ask your questions or make your remarks when I call your name. And Director Tom Howie.
I have nothing right now.
Okay, Director Harvey Luth.
Thank you as always.
Okay, Director Andrew Romaine.
No comment.
Okay, Vice President Mike Krieger.
No, thank you.
Okay, and thank you again for everything. And how many more months till we start this again? No, I'm messing with you.
We will be back in April with a new resolution.
Yes, okay. Thank you. At this time, I would like to request a motion.
So moved.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second? Okay, I have a motion by Vice President Krieger. I know I have to say. And a second by Director Howie. I will now request a voice vote. Director Romaine?
Yes.
Okay, Director Luth?
Yes.
Director Howie?
Yes.
Vice President Krieger?
Yes.
And myself, yes. The item passes 5-0. Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is public communication. This is the time and place for the general public to address the Board of Directors about subjects that do not appear elsewhere on the agenda. The public may address items on the agenda at the time addressed by the board. Due to board policy and Brown Act requirements, action may not be taken on any issue not on the agenda. When you address the board, please state your name and address prior to making your remarks, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes. I have no written request to speak under public communications. Is there anyone present who would like to address the board at this time? Seeing none. The next item on the agenda is the liaison reports to Fire District. And we have Councilmember Chris Flores from the City of Chino.
Hi, good evening, Board, President, Vice President. Before I get into a couple comments I want to make, just want to congratulate President. You mentioned earlier that the Fire District has a history of having excellent presidents, and you're definitely going to fill those shoes, so I'm excited for that. And to Harvey Luth, congratulations to you as well for running unopposed. I know what that feels like. It is a blessing, so it's nothing to take lightly. And to our new director on board, Mr. Romaine, just want to say that it definitely is a blessing to have that trust from your constituents. It was a hard-fought race, and it was good. I think it's going to be a good next 4 years. So I wish you the very best. And with that being said, let's see, we have our Chino Youth Christmas Parade and Fair this Saturday. So we invite you all to, we invite the entire community to one of this most anticipated event during this holiday season. The event is this Saturday, as I mentioned, December 14th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And as we celebrate our community and the spirit of the holidays, this parade will also feature decorated entries celebrating the talents of Chino's youth, and will be followed by a free holiday fair and carnival at City Hall lawn. For more information, visit cityofchino.org/parade. And during the Chino Youth Parade, we will also be celebrating the 25th anniversary of our beloved Chino Youth Museum. So we ask you to join us to transform the Youth Museum as the Youth Museum transforms into a magical Santa's workshop, complete with cookie decorating, ornament making, and an opportunity to take pictures with Santa himself. The Chino Youth Museum represents the vision of former Chino Mayor Dennis Yates, and has delighted children across the Chino Valley for 25 years. So join the fun and visit ChinoYouthMuseum.com to learn more. Board, that concludes my reports. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
So, Chris, so the tree lighting last weekend was pretty spectacular in Chino. That was one of the biggest crowds I ever saw.
Yes.
Did you have any idea the number of people were actually there for that? Did you guys get a count? Or?
No, well, that hasn't been reported. We haven't gotten a count yet, but you're definitely right. It has been the biggest and best that we've seen so far. This year, in Tulinda, our Christmas tree actually lit up, right?
Yeah.
For many years before, when we turn off the light, it's not very bright, but it was a very spectacular event.
That's like a 48-foot tree or something like
Yeah,
that?
48-foot tree or something like that. But I will say, I think we were, I won't even give a number, but as soon as I get that, I can definitely, get back to you on that.
Perfect, great.
But yeah, definitely, it was a great night for the city of Chino.
Good, thank you. That's all I got.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we invite Mayor Art Bennett from the city of Chino Hills.
Good evening, President Ramos, Evanger. Gee whiz, you got to buy again. It must be doing something right, huh? You and Harvey. Andrew and I have something in common. We're the only ones that had to fight for these things this year, But congratulations on your election. And Andrew, the little bit of time we've been able to spend together since the election and everything, I know that we're going to work together very, very well. And congratulations for a well-fought battle. It's tough running for re-election. I first want to congratulate the retirees tonight and Nathan for his 5 years of service and the retirements. 30 years, it sounds like a long time, but I'm sitting there thinking I must have done something wrong because the profession I was in, I spent 45 years in, and I worked for 50 years. So, I was doing something wrong. I should have went into fire service, but, there you go. You have received, and always do, our public information officer's report, but there are a couple things that are coming up. But I first wanted to roll back to last week. The foundation put on its luncheon for the 50 plus active senior group. It was a fantastic luncheon, as always. The firefighters, I don't know how many you had in the room at that time serving the people, but I don't think I've ever seen a room full of people served so quickly and so pleasantly. It was really a great event. This morning, of course, I was there for the Make-A-Wish and, or Let It Make a Child Smile. Fantastic organization and fantastic thing. 23 years. It's amazing. My wife and I are always pleased to be able to donate to that because it's such a great cause. It really, really is. When we talk about tree lighting, we did have our tree lighting last weekend also, and the new tree that we have was actually, it's worth mentioning, the shops bought a new tree this year, like 48 feet tall, and from what I understand, it's like $150,000 tree, and very expensive. Well, they had a 30-foot tree that was there. They were nice enough to donate that to the city of Chino Hills. It was so big, we had to cut it down a little bit to get it to fit where it is right now, but estimated almost $50,000 worth of tree that they donated to us. So, the shops is a great corporate citizen to have in our city. So that was really good. Tomorrow night, Friday night, we are going to have our annual boat parade. And this year's event is actually going to start in this general area. There's actually going to be an announcer's booth here between the two buildings, between City Hall and the Fire Administration. It's going to go out and it's going to go south on Peyton. It's going to turn around, do a U-turn at Eucalyptus, which used to be the starting point, come back up and end up here again at the Civic Center area. So we're looking forward to that. That ought to be a really exciting event. Of course, when it comes to holiday closures and that, I know you know all of them. You're going to be doing similar closures as well, and well-deserved because, this has been a challenging year in a lot of respects for everybody. So hopefully, as we go forward, this next year is going to be different, and if not better, at least different, that's for sure. So I think that's pretty much it. But again, the work that this fire district does, they are so connected with the people that you serve. You're to be commended. Every one of the firefighters that put their life on the line every single day should be commended. And hopefully, I know that everybody I talk to really, really appreciates them. And so thank you. Continue to do all the work good work you do. Congratulations on your re-elections. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, and whatever religious belief you have and celebration you have. I hope that you have a blessed New Year and enjoy the coming year and spend time with family, and because that's what it's all about. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we invite President Mark Bozek, Chino Valley Fire Foundation.
Good evening, President Ramos, Vice President Krieger, Fire Board, and staff. Our report, I'm actually a little organized this time, so we had a busy month. December's always busy. On November 23rd, we unveiled our first safe station at Ayala Park. And we have already purchased one that's waiting to be installed at Grand Avenue Park in Chino Hills. On December 3rd and 5th, we had our annual senior delivery in Chino and Chino Hills. We served over 500 senior citizens, and we provided prizes and we served them lunch. On December 8th, we did our Stuff the Boot. We raised over $12,000 in a single day. On December 11th, which is today, we had our Make a Child Smile this morning, and I want to thank you guys all for showing up and helping out. That was a very successful event. Coming up, we have our, we actually have 15 families we adopted, needy families that we're going to do for Adopt a Family program. And we're going to be shopping for the families coming up next week and presenting them with gifts that they might have been missed out with the Make a Child Smile. And then we're also, we've been planning our Top Golf for next year, so get ready. It's going to be in April. We don't have a date set yet, but pretty sure it's going to be April. And then we have our car show, in May, and our St. Patty's Day Festival in March. So thank you guys very much.
Thank you, and Mark, I apologize for being rude and running around, but I was getting ready to choke and I needed to get tissue so
Oh,
my
no.
apologies for being rude while
Well,
you
you were around the right
speaking.
people.
Like I was gonna cough bad, so I'm like, let me go and get
Oh,
tissue.
no
Just
problem.
Thank
No
you, I
problem.
apologize for that.
Mhm.
Thank you.
And next, we invite Chair Charlie Blank, Fire Safe Council.
Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to congratulate the new member of the Fire Board, all right, Mr. Romaine. And I want to wish you all the best on your 4-year term here. I also want to thank the Fire District for all their support for the Carbon Canyon Fire Safe Council. They have been unremitting in their support for our organization. And I want to just especially thank the president, who was our liaison, who does a terrific job behind the scenes to help us out, and also to the Fire Foundation for their generous donation. And I think Art said it best, there's a lot of different religious affiliations or organizations, but to everyone, I just want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Director Steve Eli, Inland Empire Utilities Agency.
President Ramos Evinger and board, congratulations on your reelection, as everyone has said. Andy, you're not Andrew to me. You haven't been. I've known you for a long time. Our daughters played softball together in high school. So we've known each other for a long time, and I'm very, very happy for you and for the district. I think it's going to be great. You got a lot to learn. You got to literally drink from a fire hose. So welcome to elected life, and you got a small taste of it with some stuff in the election, but thank you for serving. it's really, it's really important that quality people who care about the community serve our communities. And that's one thing that's emblematic of this district, both on the staff and elected side, is that everybody cares for the communities we serve. So thank you for your service, all of you, and especially you, Andy, as a newbie. I want to share a story. It's actually a true story that happened today. My daughter is a 25-year-old woman who graduated from Boise State as a master's of social work and currently serves working in a prison, not in time, but she's a social worker at the prison outside of Boise, in a medium security prison. 12:30 today, she sent a text to our family, which essentially said that some officers were infected with some substance. Four officers were infected with some substance, that she was okay, but please pray for them and their families. They don't know what it is. About an hour later, those four were taken to by ambulance to the hospital. They found out it was fentanyl. And about 3 hours later, she reported that they had been sent home and that everybody was released from working in the prison. Now, why do I bring that up here? This is what our firefighters and frontline folks and public safety do and have to deal with every single day to protect our community. This happened in a prison. It could happen on the streets of Chino or Chino Hills. So for that, I am one grateful constituent, that the folks we have that work under Dave and under your direction, because every day they go out there and say, not today, not on my watch, not your people. And that's the kind of relationship that our agency at IUA has with your folks and your frontline people. Hopefully we can continue to do it. I heard you may have a new liaison. I'm not so sure about that guy. But no, in all seriousness, we work well together, and it's important. And there wasn't, before a few years ago, there wasn't even a relationship really between our agencies. And it is critical because we provide tremendous public service. Ours is more behind the scenes, wastewater and water services, but certainly when something goes wrong, people will find out about it. Your folks are out in the front lines, and so we really appreciate that. We appreciate the relationship and the continuing support of your agency. So thanks.
Thank you.
Do you have a question, Tom? Just kidding.
Thank you.
And the next item on the agenda is the consent calendar.
Okay, do we have any public comments on the consent calendar?
We have no written request to speak. Is there anyone present who would like to address the board on the consent calendar? Seeing none?
Okay, this is the time for the board to speak. Would anyone like to pull an item for discussion? Please state your name.
Move
Okay.
to approve items number 1 through 6.
Okay, I have a motion to approve. I have a motion and a second. And did you get who that motion? It was a motion by Vice President Krieger. Okay. All right, thank you. All in favor? Aye. Okay, we have none opposed.
The next item on the agenda is new business. Item number 7, the fiscal year 2023-24 audit reports. Purpose is for the board to review and approve the fiscal year 23-24 district annual comprehensive finance report and related disclosure letters. The report is by Finance Director Mark Shaker.
Thank you. The audit for fiscal year 23-24 has been completed, and the district has issued its annual comprehensive financial report, which is being presented tonight for the board's review and approval. This report was presented at the Finance Committee meeting last month, and we're fortunate to have Greg Fankenel here, partner of VLF LLP. He will present an overview of the audit to the board as well as answer any questions you may have. Greg, whenever you're ready. Thank you.
Thank you and good evening. We were hired by the district to perform the annual audit, and we completed that a little while ago and have issued our 3-page report. It's included in this big document that you have, 100 pages long or so. I'm not going to go through it all. Just summarize what we do, and just a reminder of the audit process. It's divided up into a couple sections where we do preliminary planning work, and then which involves assessing the risk of material misstatement of the numbers and disclosures in this document. In other words, what's the risk that management is not presenting this information accurately? So we do that, and we do all kinds of procedures and testing to determine that. And then after year end, we come in and we decide what we need to focus on, and then we start auditing all the numbers and the disclosures in this document. I just wanted to mention we don't audit a couple sections in here, which is the introductory section and the statistical section. So you're on your own for those. But our procedures involve judgment every year. We don't always do the same thing, and we try to use our expertise to determine what to do in a given year. And then there's several reports that have been issued that are required by our audit standards, and I think you have copies of all of them. So our responsibility is to provide an audit report which provides reasonable assurance that these amounts and disclosures are fairly presented. It's not absolute assurance, but it's pretty high level assurance. And we have all kinds of standards we have to follow. It's basically obtaining evidence that support all of this information. So we've issued a clean opinion. I wanted to go over a few numbers in your financial statements. You got net pension liability, which increased by about 6.4 million. And then you've got the OPEB liability, pretty similar to last year. Those are all based on estimates. Actuaries determine what your liability is, and they tell us what it is, and it's not our job to come up with those numbers. Your fund balance in the general fund increased by 17 million. The unrestricted fund balance represents about 78% of your expenditures, which is about 9 months of reserves, which is good, very good. So one of our reports we issue is on your internal controls that you have in place that will help you to prepare an accurate document. So we look at the controls you have. It could be related to fraud or just doing errors in your reports, your financial statements. And then we have to issue a report on your internal control and your compliance. If we have to test for compliance with laws and regulations and agreements and contracts, and we focus on things that would be material to your financial statements, not the small stuff. But we issue reports on all of that. These are all clean reports this year for the district. Appropriations limit, that's just kind of a formality. I don't even need to really talk about that. And then we've issued a letter to the board that's required by audit standards, where we would disclose if we had any problems with management. In other words, we're dealing directly with you instead of through management. But again, this letter it's just standard language. I want to thank the staff of the district for all of their efforts in helping us get through the audit. It's a team effort, and it takes a lot of work on both sides. So that's another clean letter for you guys. Any questions on all that? It's good reading at bedtime.
No? So this is the time, for the board to speak. Please ask your questions or make remarks when I call your name. Director Tom Howie.
Just had a question as far as our total net, position deficit. It's gone up from 15 to 28 million in 1 year. Is that, we should be concerned about something like that?
Which page are you looking at?
Gosh, let me see. It's page 24, I think,
Or
or page 92 of our.
34?
It's 24 of the.
24 of the report.
Yeah. Oh, that's positive.
Well, that's a positive,
Yeah.
it says deficit here, so.
Oh, okay.
The deficit's.
It's a little confusing.
Okay, all right. Director Luth?
Yeah, I spent a little bit of time with our finance director going over a number of different things on here. There's a lot here. It's not always easy to understand. But Mark was able to show me the way, if you will, and I appreciate his efforts. It's always encouraging to read something like this and to see that it's a clean report, to get that result, and to hear that there's no disagreement, there's no conflicts between your firm, you, and the district. It's great to hear how staff responded and supported your efforts. We expect that. Mark's team always comes through. They do a great job for us. So I appreciate the report. I don't have any questions beyond what we discussed and the clarity you brought. So just thank you for your efforts.
Okay, Director Romaine?
Well, in this short week, I did read it all, and you're correct, and it's a bedtime reading, but I did have some questions, and I was able to meet with Mark, and they were simple questions he was able to answer real easily, so I appreciate the effort and the report. It gave me a good understanding of what I'm coming into.
Okay, Vice President Krieger?
Yeah, so I'd like to discuss the $15 million. And Mark, if you could explain, maybe in a little bit more detail, how that number is derived, because it's not really $15 million.
The surplus?
Yeah, the surplus money, because some of it is dedicated to other things. And as you whittle it down, and then after I have one other comment to make.
Okay, so this year there's a lot of unique things happening. We did receive $6.25 million from the state of California for Station 68. That was recorded as revenues in this year. So that's a significant amount of the surplus. We also had some property tax related corrections from the county of San Bernardino. The amounts that we received are going back 5 years worth of corrections. So anything that we received in fiscal year 23-24 was also recorded as revenue, but that's not ongoing revenue into the future. So it's important to always try and be considerate of those items, because it could be a danger to trend off of something that's happening this year, because these are one-time monies. There are additional one-time monies that we expect to receive this fiscal year, 24-25, that we'll also need to be mindful of.
So, as is noted in the footnotes on the same page that Director Halley was talking about, our pension liability went from $59.8 million, it increased to $66.3 million. An astounding number, to me. That's what our annual budget is at this point. So, our board policies, we take 1/3 of any surplus and put it into the 115 trust to pay off pension liabilities. Obviously, with that 15 million, 1/3 would be about 5 million. I'm not advocating that because of this specialized one-time money. So I guess my question is, I want to be able to make a motion tonight to set that 1/3 aside. I don't know what dollar amount to use for that.
So
Is it based off, obviously we deduct the 6.2 million, and then what's the other stuff that we should be deducting and come up with a net number?
over the last 2 years, when I presented the item we usually bring it forward in April, I would back out the significant one-time monies, especially restricted monies. Because you don't want to include this, for instance, the $6 million which is reserved for Station 68, and allocate a third of that. Even
Correct.
though technically you're dipping into your reserves if you make that commitment, but it just doesn't make.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make
Right.
sense. So when I do present the item.
So
I
we'll be
will-
doing that in April?
Yes,
Okay.
that's correct. So by policy, by board policy, it is an automatic 1/3 consideration. And even at that time, should the board want to make an additional contribution, it's really up to you if you all decide 1/3 plus whatever at that time. But by policy, at least 1/3 is considered. And I will back out any one-time revenues in order to come to a number, and that'll be fully transparent to you all as you make your decision.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's just that, when it's shocking to see a $15 million number there and then realize that that's really not what it is. There's a lot of special circumstances that are involved in that dwindle it down considerably. So that's it for me. Thank you.
Okay, all right, and I don't have any questions. Thank you again, everyone, for your hard work, and thank you for the presentation this evening. I forgot.
President Ramos Evinger, may we request if there are any comments tonight? We have no written request to speak on this item. Is there anyone present who would like to address the board at this time? Okay, seeing none, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Angela. Okay, at this time, I would like to request a motion.
So moved.
Okay, I have a motion and have a second.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion by Vice President Krieger, a second by Director Luth. I will now request a voice vote. Director Romaine?
Yes.
Director Luth?
Yes.
Director Howie?
Yes.
Vice President Krieger?
Yes.
And myself, yes. It passes 5-0.
The next item on the agenda is item number 8, a memorandum of understanding between the Teamsters Local 1932 unit and the Chino Valley Independent Fire District. And the report tonight is by Human Resources Director Anthony Arroyo.
Thank you. I'm going to defer to John Bakit, our lead negotiator with the Teamsters Group. John?
Thank you. Good evening. Once again, I'm John Bakit with Atkinson, Andelson, Loya, Root, and Romo, and I have been serving as the chief negotiator for the district in its negotiations with Teamsters. The district's Teamsters employees have agreed to a salary and benefits package, which will be implemented over the next 3 years, as further detailed in the Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, which will include compensation, salary, and fringe benefits, which are also specified in the MOU. Additionally, changes were made to the MOU to address constructive receipt and update the drug and alcohol policy to reflect recent legislative changes. I recommend the adoption of said MOU.
Okay. Do we have any requests? Thank you for that report. Do we have any requests to speak on this item?
We have no written request to speak on this item. Is there anyone present who would like to address the board at this time? Seeing none.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to ask questions from the board. Please make your remarks when I call your name. And Director Howie?
No remarks.
Director Luth?
No comments.
Director Romaine?
No comments.
All right, Vice President Mike Krieger? Myself, I don't have any comment. At this time, I would like to.
Motion to approve.
Okay, I have a motion by Director Howie.
Second.
I have that was by, okay, by Romaine. Which one? Okay, all right, thank you. Sorry, gentlemen. I will now request a voice vote. And Director Romaine?
Yes.
Director Luth?
Yes.
Director Howie?
Yes.
Vice President Krieger?
Yes.
And myself, yes. Motion passes 5-0.
The next item on the agenda is item number 9, resolution number 2024-22, amending provisions of resolution number 2024-16 pertaining to unrepresented confidential employee compensation. And the report tonight is by Human Resources Director Anthony Arroyo.
Thank you. Good evening, Madam President. The report tonight for your consideration is an amended resolution to the one the Board of Directors approved on October 9th. The Board of Directors authorizing now an additional 2% cost of living adjustment after the October 9th Board of Directors meeting. Resolution 2024-22 authorizes an additional cost of living of 2% for a total of 4% retroactive to the pay period, including July 1st, 2024. That includes my report, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay. Do we have any requests to speak?
We have no written request to speak. Is there anyone present who would like to address the board at this time? Seeing none?
Okay, seeing none, this is the time for the board to comment. Please ask your questions, make your remarks when I call your name. Director Howie?
No comment.
Okay, Director Luth?
No comment.
Director Romaine?
No comments.
Vice President Krieger?
No comments.
Myself, no comment. At this time, I would like to request a motion.
I move it.
Okay, we have a motion. Can I have a second?
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. I will now request a voice vote. Director Romaine?
Yes.
Director Luth?
Yes.
Director Howie?
Yes.
Vice President Krieger?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Motion passes 5-0.
The next item on the agenda is item 10, resolution number 2024-23 pertaining to unrepresented part-time employees. Report by Human Resources Director Anthony Arroyo.
Thank you once again. The resolution presented this evening authorizes, if you will, a cost of living adjustment of 4% for the 2024-25 fiscal year, 2% for the 25-26 fiscal year, and 2% for the 26-27 fiscal year. This affects only one part-time employee. That concludes my report, and I'm again happy to answer any questions.
Okay, do we have any requests to speak?
No written request to speak. Would anyone like to address the board on this item? Seeing none?
No? Okay, this is the time for the board to comment. Please make your remarks when I call your name. Director Howie?
No comment.
Director Luth? Director Romaine?
No comment.
Vice President Krieger?
No.
Myself, no comment. At this time, I would like to request a motion. You so moved? Okay, and I will second.
You
All
can
right.
second it.
So we have a motion and a second. And I do need a voice vote on this. Director Romaine?
Yes.
Director Luth?
Yes.
Director Howie?
Yes.
Vice President Krieger?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Passes 5-0.
The next item on the agenda is item number 11, resolution number 2024-24, amending resolution number 2024-17 pertaining to unrepresented management employees. And the report tonight is by Human Resources Director Anthony Arroyo.
Thank you. After this, you won't hear from me for the rest of the year. This item amends Resolution 2024-17, which pertains to the salary and benefit items that were approved for the management group on October 9th, 2024. It came to our attention after the board's approval that PERS requires the resolution to identify which items are considered pensionable compensation. As a result, Resolution 2024-24 is presented this evening to comply with that PERS requirement. Pursuant to the Brown Act, the oral report provided on the record on October 9th is unchanged. And just for curiosity's sake, pensionable compensation applies to the following: emergency medical technician pay, safety officer training / coordinator, educational incentive, and the annual physical exam for safety personnel. That concludes my report, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Annual safety exam is a pensionable item.
Yes, sir.
I love this thing.
Okay, do we have any requests to speak?
We have no written request to speak on this
Makes
item.
no sense.
Would anyone like to address the board at this time? Okay, seeing none.
Okay, this is the time for the board to speak. Director Howie?
No comment.
Director Luth?
No comment.
Director Romaine?
I have no comments.
Vice President, well, actually, you already said your comments, so no.
No comment.
Myself, no comment. At this time, I would like to
Motion to
request.
approve.
Okay, I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second? I have a second. And I would like to request a voice vote. Director Romaine?
Yes.
Director Luth?
Yes.
Director Howie?
Absolutely.
Vice President Krieger?
Yes.
And myself, yes. The motion passes 5-0.
The next item on the agenda is item number 12, resolution number 2024-21, amending the Chino Valley Independent Fire District Conflict of Interest Code. And the purpose is for the Board of Directors to review, approve, and adopt the resolution 2024-21, approving the amended Conflict of Interest Code for the Chino Valley Fire District. And I'll be providing the report tonight. Every 2 years, the Chino Valley Fire District reviews the Conflict of Interest Code pursuant to a state law. And recently, the fire district established the new accounting manager position. The position was submitted to legal counsel for review, and it was determined that an amendment to the fire district's conflict of interest code by resolution was necessary. Since the county of San Bernardino is the code reviewing body for the fire district, it is necessary for the fire district to submit an approved resolution to the county for review and approval. The changes to the conflict of interest code are included in the agenda packet. And again, it establishes a new designated position of a county manager. It also amends the battalion chief description by removing the reference to training and safety officer and other non-substantive amendments. It is recommended the board review, approve, and adopt the resolution 2024-21 and authorize the clerk of the board to forward a copy of the amended code to the San Bernardino County Board of Supervisors for review and approval. That concludes my report, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you so much. Do we have any requests to speak on this item?
We have no written request to speak on this item. Is there anyone present who would like to address the board at this time? Okay, seeing none.
Okay, this is a time for the board to comment. Please make your remarks when I call your name. Director Howie.
No comment.
Director Luth.
No comment.
Director Romaine.
No comment?
All right, Vice President Krieger. And myself, no comment. At this time, I would like to request a motion.
So moved.
Okay, and a second?
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. I will now request a voice vote. Director Romaine.
Yes.
Director Leith.
Yes.
Director Krieger.
Yes.
I'm so sorry, Vice President Krieger.
That's fine, yes. And?
Director Howie.
Yes.
And myself, yes. Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is item number 13, the Association of San Bernardino County Special Districts, ASB-CSD, call for nominations for Board of Directors. As noted in the agenda packet, it is that time of year where the ASB-CSD Board conducts their call for nominations. And according to the ASB-CSD staff, the incumbents, both Melody McDonald of San Bernardino Valley Water Conservation District and T. Milford Harrison of San Bernardino Valley Municipal Water District, have indicated their interest in continuing in office. And so tonight, I bring this item to ask the board if there is an interest in submitting a nomination by the Chino Valley Fire District for the ASB-CSD Board of Directors.
Okay, do we have any requests to speak on this item?
We have no written request to speak. Is there anyone present who would like to address the board on this item? Seeing none.
Seeing none. Okay, this is the time for the board to comment. Please make your remarks when I call your name. Director Howie.
I really have no comment on this.
Director Lee.
Now, I'm frustrated with that board, that their interactions with other districts and what's really going on, but I have no interest in serving on it.
Are you
so.
sure? Okay, Director Romaine.
I will defer to your guys' judgment on this. I have nothing to say on that.
Okay, Director Krieger. Vice President Krieger.
VP Krieger.
I'm with everybody else. I have nothing on this. I'm okay with the people who are nominated.
Okay, since we have no nominations for the ASB-CSD Board, there is no action required on this item.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is item 14, 2025 Community Liaison, Standing Committees, and JPA Board Member Assignments. And the purpose is to appoint community liaisons for the County Board of Supervisors, City of Chino Hills, Fire Safe Council, Chino Valley School District, County Airport Commission, Fire Foundation Liaison, CIM Citizens Advisory Council, CIW Citizens Advisory Council, and the Inland Empire Utilities Agency. Appoint the standing committee members to the Fire District's Finance, Planning, Human Resources, and Legislative Committees, and ConFire Board of Directors for 2025. And also, I want to note that copies of the assignments were placed at the dais, and a copy is also found in the agenda packet in the back of the room. And the report is by President Sarah Ramos-Sevinger.
Okay, gentlemen, this is the committee assignments for 2025. And I did have a side conversation with all of you, and I didn't have any objections to it. I'm hoping again that we don't this evening. I do want to note that the CSC Member Service Professional Development, and as well as the audit and fiscal audit committees, we just received word late, was it like late this afternoon? This afternoon that we did receive appointments on those, that Director Luth and myself, so that was the kind of, I've served on that board for quite some time, so I'm glad that I'm able to continue my service to that. So Okay, do we have any requests to speak?
We have no written request to speak. Is there anyone present who would like to address the board? Seeing none.
Okay, this is a time for the board to comment. Please ask your questions or make your remarks when I call your name. Director Howie.
No comment.
Okay, is that a good or a bad thing?
That's a good
Tease,
thing.
I'm teasing.
I'll make a motion if you like.
Director Lou? All right, Director Romaine?
No, I will defer to your wisdom in appointing me to what you appointed me.
Okay, thank you. Vice President Krieger?
No comments.
Okay, myself, no comment. I would like to note that the CONFIRE JPA requires a government body to appoint primary and alternate elected officials to serve on the board of directors. At this time, I would like to request a motion for a board member committee, community liaison, JPA, and association liaison appointments as presented tonight. So, do I have a motion?
Yeah, I'll move.
Okay, and I have a second.
I'll second.
I have a motion, a second. I will now request a voice vote. Director Romaine?
Yes.
Director Luth?
Yes.
Vice President Mike Krieger?
Yes.
Yes.
Director Howie?
Yes.
Okay, and myself, yes, so motion passes 5-0.
The next item on the agenda is item 15, ad hoc committees. Purposes for the board president to ratify the list of district ad hoc committee appointments and to announce the dates to submit comments to the clerk of the board and district legal counsel for proposed changes to the board policy and procedures and provide any further direction to staff. Report tonight is by President Sarah Ramos-Evinger.
Okay, all right. So hold on, let me get it. Sorry, you guys.
I can help with this?
Yeah, would you
Perfect,
get
yes.
my ad hoc, thank you.
So pursuant to the district policy, the appointments to ad hoc committees are made by the board president, and the following ad hoc committees and appointments are presented for board president consideration and approval, and those are as follows. Board Policy and Procedures Ad hoc Committee. The appointed members are Sarah Ramos-Evinger and Harvey Luth. And the Fire Chief Evaluation Ad hoc Committee. Appointed members are Sarah Ramos-Evinger and Harvey Luth. So again, tonight, we are asking the board president to consider and approve the ad hoc committee appointments. And because we also have the Board Policy and Procedure Ad hoc Committee on the list, we are also asking that the board president announce the dates to submit comments to the clerk of the board and district legal counsel for proposed changes to be reviewed and provide any further direction to staff.
Okay, all right, and this is the time for the board to comment. Please ask your questions, make your remarks when I call your name. Okay, and I guess I have to call your name. Director Romaine?
I have no comments.
Okay, Director Luth? Director Howie?
Appointments look great.
Vice President?
No comments.
Okay, and myself, no comment. Pursuant to board policy, the president is empowered to establish and appoint members to the ad hoc committees. The ad hoc committees presented tonight are approved. Direction has been given to staff and no further action is required on this item. I just need to provide a date that we need to submit. And I thought that we had put a date, Angela, and I didn't, that we needed comment by.
We can, would it be appropriate to receive that at a
Yeah,
later
yeah,
date?
we had her, you and I had just kind of went over dates and I don't,
Sure. Yeah, we can, my office can follow up with the board members to provide a copy of the current policy document, and we can request comments be submitted by the next board meeting, if that
yeah,
is
that's-
agreeable. Okay,
Okay,
perfect,
right.
thank you.
okay, thank you. Okay, Fire Chief comments. Fire Chief Dave Williams, do you have any comments?
I do have a few. Thank you, President Ramos-Evinger. Under Personnel Development Activities, Deputy Chief Jeremy Alt is attending the 2024 Fire Chiefs Leadership Seminar in Napa, California, as a guest speaker on my behalf. Deputy Chief Alt will be discussing our capital projects, grants, and a case study on the process that the Chino Valley Fire District went through to secure the $6.25 million in funding for our fire station. As you recall, I went and provided a presentation at FDAC last year, or let's say several months back, the early part of this year.
as a result of that presentation. It was received very well, and others have reached out to request us speak on that topic at different seminars or conferences. So it went well, and I expect that Jeremy did a great job today. Board activities and public relations. On Friday, November 22nd, staff attended the shops at Chino Hills annual tree lighting ceremony. Saturday, November 23rd, staff attended the AED Save Station at Ayala Park. That was a great experience to meet with folks out there and install that new AED. On Wednesday, December 6th, staff attended Supervisor Kurt Hagman's Christmas open house. December 5th, staff attended a celebration of life for former mayor of Chino, Dennis Yates. On Saturday, December 7th, the Chino Valley YMC Reindeer Romp 5K at Ayala Park and the City of Chino Santa workshop and annual tree lighting ceremony. On Sunday, December 8th, Chino Valley Firefighter Stuff the Boot and Toy Drive was a very successful event. I want to say they got about somewhere in about $13,000 from the community. And again, all that money goes back into the community, so great job by the Fire Foundation. And today we had our Make a Child Smile event. It was fabulous. There was some restructuring how we set the stage up. It went very, very well. And so I'd like to just give a very comment about the gratitude that I have for our staff that works behind the scenes to make all that happen. There's a lot to do there, so thank you very much for that and representing the district well and taking care of our young people in our district. Under organizational items of interest, the construction management project RFP closed on November 11th. Evaluations of the proposals are currently underway, and we'll soon be setting a interview process for those that are successful. We have to work one item through our legal team to make sure that we cross all the T's and dot the I's. So once that's completed, we'll be having interviews, and likely in either January or February, we'll bring a recommendation to the board so that we can secure that individual or that firm and move forward to secure RFP for a general contractor and hopefully get this station started. Personnel conducted various training throughout the month, including hazmat and pump operations. Under human resource update, we were very excited to announce that we've promoted 2 battalion chiefs, 4 engineers, and 4 captains. So all of them will go through the bid process that's already occurred and will be placed in the field upon shift change. And so we're super excited. Again, this will be our first time in the history of our district that we have 2 battalions. And I can't tell you the level of safety that will be elevated for our constituents. It's just a great opportunity. So thank you to the board for the support on making that happen early. Under human resource update, we also had 20 applications for accounting manager that had been submitted. The closing date for that process is December 19th, and our current finance director and his team are going through those applications, and then we'll be setting up interviews to follow. Interviews for deputy clerk of the board were held on November 21st. 7 candidates were interviewed, and we do have 1 finalist that we are currently looking at, and there'll be a final interview on December 16th to validate that is going to be our selection for that position. Under emergency response and support, we have several members that were assigned to the mountain incident in support of the mutual aid system. And under upcoming events, Chino Hills Boat Parade, December 13th. Chino Youth Christmas Parade, as mentioned earlier, will be this Saturday, December 14th. We have the annual You Choose Christmas Toy Drive. I don't have a date on that. We have the Chino Neighborhood House annual toy bike giveaway, December 20th. And then we have a Christmas Eve holiday. Will be Christmas Eve, and the holiday will be off December 24th, 25th. And the New Year's Eve holiday will be December 31st and January 1st. And that's all I have. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Now it's time for the board committee reports. This is the time for the board to comment. Please provide your comments when I call your name, Director Howie.
Thank you, President Edinger. Well, you've had a busy night tonight, huh?
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
you've been talking a lot. Make my comments short tonight in the interest of time. Congratulations to our new board members, our new board member, and also our current board members. You got 4 more years not to have to worry about anything. That's always a good feeling to have that. So congratulations to all. I know we're going to have a very good working relationship. Let's see, also want to congratulate Art Bennett for his support of our district. You know, Art, congratulations on, you're the mayor again for Chino Hills. But I want to thank you for, you've been a big supporter of this district, and I appreciate that. And I know the board does too. It's great to have you as a friend and a big supporter of us, so thank you for that, Art. I attended a whole bunch of meetings. I'm not going to go through all the meetings. The chief mentioned, at least half of those I attended, from council to prison meeting. I think our event today was great, to make a child smile. I was trying to think, we got, what, 23 years in this event? And probably in 6 buses every year. Trying to figure, let's say there's 30 kids on a bus.
It's 100 kids. So.
It's 100, so that's over 2,000 kids have been through that program. That's pretty impressive when you think about how we made a difference in a lot of those children's lives. So congratulations, and I hope we get at least another 23 years for that. And let's see, happy holidays to everybody. I hope you have a great, I can't believe how fast this year went. It seemed like it was like 3 weeks left in the year. It's been a busy, busy year. And so everybody have a great holiday season, and we'll see you next year. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Director Lute.
Thank you. I'll do this quickly too. So yeah, lots of meetings, Chino, Finance, Hagman's event, Mary Yates Memorial, Chino Hills Council, party, Christmas event, the Chino and Chino Hills tree lighting events. I did make them both. Not for the tree lightings at both because they were so close together, but I made it to both, Chief one-on-one. Congratulations to Deputy Chief Cook on 5 years and to our retirees, Captain Crampton and Tevis. And then our foundation and our firefighters and the effort they do, the AED installation at Ayala is just another great example of their efforts to bring more to our community, more opportunity to save lives. It was a great event. The senior delivery, I didn't make the Chino Hills one, I made the Chino one, what a hoot. They just love our firefighters. The raffle, everybody's so excited. They have waiting lists in Chino, I'm assuming in Chino Hills too, just trying to get in there, so that was a great event. And then this morning, to Make a Child Smile, I told Director Krieger this morning, it's a monumental event. It is amazing, the work that must go into that you just show up, it all looks great, but there's so much that has to go into that to make that work and pull that off. So grateful for the effort and for, as was mentioned, the lives that have been touched because of that. Welcome, Andy, look forward to serving with you for the next 4 years. And we'll see everybody at the parades, I hope, that are coming up tomorrow night and Saturday, and wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
Okay, thank you. Director Romaine.
Okay, very first night of comments. So, first of all, congratulations to both Sarah and Harvey on your reelection. I know what that's going through, and even though he's here, I'd like to say thank you to Director DeMonico. I had a lot of respect and admiration for John. Between his fire service and his board service, he's close to 50 years of serving communities in the fire service, and that's very commendable. So thank you, John, if you're listening. Congratulations to Chief Cook and both captains, Rich and Steve. Retirement is it's a tremendous thing, but it's a bittersweet thing. It's the day you look forward to, and then you miss what you had. So I'm 2.5 years out of it, so I was sitting here reflecting on that. But anyways, thank them both for their contributions. It's only been 7 days, and I've already attended 4 major events. I first got to meet Director Luth with the Chino Senior Delivery, and it's a big undertaking, and they like you say, they were extremely happy, and it looked like they were having a ball. I got my first introduction from Mayor Bennett at the Christmas tree lighting, and he delayed it slightly on the lights coming on for dramatic effect, and it worked. But then the snow came out, and it was a great evening. Stuff the Boot and Toy Drive was phenomenal. I actually stayed there for the whole afternoon until a bunch of them had to leave for the hospital fire, and and thank you and your staff for the job out there, and that's a key event that a second battalion chief will be very handy in, so I'm looking forward to that. And then finally today, the Make a Child Smile, I got to accompany one of the firefighters and take a child around and spend some money, and we went over budget, but we covered him, and extremely happy. It's very I've been involved with 2 different agencies in my career, so this is my 3rd, and it is without a doubt the Fire Foundation and the men and women, the amount of time and donation that they're doing off duty to make all this stuff is phenomenal. Is not a big enough word to describe it. It is actually like almost unbelievable, the support and the outreach that they do on everything, and it's I think if you've been around places that don't have it, you really recognize it and understand. So I know they all had to leave, but thank you so much to the foundation and all the members of the union that come out and do this on their time off. And that's about it. I'm looking forward to working with all of you and working with everybody, all the liaisons, and I get to come up and see what the Fire Safe Council's like, so we'll see how that goes. And thank you.
Thank you. Vice President Krieger.
All right, I attended most of the meetings that everybody's already mentioned, so I won't go around that. Andy, welcome to the board. You'll do a great job with us. I as well want to thank John DeMonico for his 18 years of service to the district. He was in many ways a mentor for me, and John and I got into many a heated argument along the ways, but we always came out with I think a sense of mutual respect with each other. So I want to thank him. He's 50 years of service. He deserves to go on a cruise or 2, so he should do that. Make a Child Smile is just a fantastic event, and glad to see so many other of our agencies that were out there. The Sheriff's Department from Chino Hills being out there, Chino PD, and Highway Patrol, and the prison folks are out there as well. So probation, just a huge amount of people there to support the kids, and that's really what it's about. Congratulations to our retirees tonight. Like you said, Andy, bittersweet, but we'll miss those guys, but I wish them absolute well on that. And with that, Merry Christmas to you all, and have a safe holiday.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I attended, I'm gonna go over all my notes, you guys. I attended both Chino Hills meetings. We had a little treat last night where we had some Christmas music. I had finance, agenda review, Supervisor Hagman's Christmas open house, the remembrance ceremony for Dennis Yates, Mayor Dennis Yates, Chino Valley Leadership Collaborative, the Chino tree lighting, the grand open and ribbon cutting for Pierhead Spa, which Vice President Krieger and I were able to present them. The AED event at Ayatollah Park, my meeting with the chief. The Make a Child Smile this morning, which is always, and my first time shopping, it was very humbling for me, very, very humbling. So it's a great event. I want to congratulate you again, Harvey, on your reelection, and Andrew, welcome, congratulations, and welcome to the board. Harvey, for your presidency last year, you know I like you. I may be a pain in your side a lot of times, but I appreciate your leadership, your mentorship, and sometimes grounding me and with some of the questions and some of the things that you pose. So thank you. Really appreciate being under you and being your vice president last year. Thank you so much, Harvey. I want to congratulate Chief Cook for his 5 years, our retirement recognition for Rich and Steve, and I'm really happy for both those guys. They both have been tremendous assets to our company, and I know Rich, everything he does, we're gonna have to find a lot of replacements or a lot of assistance now for some of those things. And I too, I wrote something that I want to talk for John. John DeMonico is a dedicated public servant who tirelessly served this district. His commitment was rooted in a genuine care for our community and his unwavering passion for the fire service. From the moment I met John, his primary goal was to leave this district in a better state than what he found it, and I believe he undoubtedly achieved this. While we had many differing perspectives on certain issues, as with you, John always approached his interactions with respect and professionalism. He was mad at me at times. Through thick and thin, he stood firm on his convictions, prioritizing the safety and well-being of our constituents and staff. Beyond his professional role, John was a cherished friend. My children fondly referred to him as Uncle John. His kindness and support extended beyond the workplace. In a particular difficult time following the loss of my husband, John consistently checked on me and my family every single day for 3 months, offering support and assistance. I feel privileged to have the opportunity to work alongside such a remarkable individual. He's a man of integrity, character, and compassion. He works so hard for the betterment of the district, and it really saddened me the way we treated him the last few months. I want to thank staff and everyone for 2024 for a fabulous year. I wish everyone a very, very Merry Christmas, a blessed New Year, and the meeting will now be adjourned to the regular meeting of the Board of Directors of the Chino Valley Independent Fire District to be held on Wednesday, January 8th, 2025 at 6 p.m. at the Fire District Headquarters located at 14011 City Center Drive here in Chino Hills. Thank you.